Hey, Marissa. Nice job here. Good start with your icons. I think you may have misunderstood some of the requirements. The idea is to have 10 different icons. You may want to have a look at some of these examples I posted last week. Note that there's 10 different images. And notice some of the refinements that really make these attractive, like the rounded edges in the box. Note the alignment and the use of negative space. Same with these as well. And again, and when you study these, really look at what makes them attractive, because I think you're really off to a really good start. I would suggest, you see all this negative space here? So I would really suggest thinking about a different way to lay this out. So maybe, maybe you can move the text over a little bit and, just continue to work with the layout of the legend. I love this text for this. I think it's good to put the roads in the same direction, but I don't think it. I think I would put, this Bluff Creek, here, like just horizontal. I don't think I'd put it up like that. And just study the way other maps have dealt with putting this text. I'd probably keep it white because the white really shows up on this dark blue color. Another thing with with the contrast here, this kind of beige color is making the text a little bit hard to read. If you're going to go with the green, I would make the roads white, because then you're going to have a nice contrast, like with this white here. And I would also, if you're gonna fit the street names in, make sure that they fit in really well, because it ends up looking a little bit kind of sloppy if they're not within the boundary. And again, you can have a look at what they did here. You don't necessarily have to have the street names inside of the let me see, I think she did it here. But again, this is pretty easy because it's all like all vertical and horizontal. So, I would just suggest studying those a little bit. So one of the main things too is just you do need 10 icons. So that's going to be kind of a big point deduction. Since you have to fix it anyway for week 8, because you're going to turn in both of these in week 8, you might want to do some more work on it and just submit it again, because you're going to get more points, for putting a little bit more time in developing the icons. And then if you want to incorporate any of these other suggestions, like I said, you have to do it anyway for week 8. You might as well do it sooner and pick up some more points. Be sure to use the same font for all of this, and it's really good idea that you're using a simple font. I would just move it over, because you've got all this negative space here. I'd probably move over these icons a little bit over, because they're butting really close to this edge here. Okay, and just just think of what elements that you can use to to make some of this stand out. And I do think that some of, like, this blue on the green is a little bit hard to see, and then again the text. So again, you might want to work with some of the colors. It doesn't have to be like a normal color palette. Again, if you look at like even what was done with this pink, I mean, I don't like all these colors, but again, the light pink allows everything to show up really well, because there's enough contrast. Okay, so anyway, I really like the icons you've got going so far, but again, I would suggest redoing them. And you can also, you have a lot of negative space. Look at all this negative space. You can make these icons a lot bigger, since you do have all that space as well. Okay, so overall, nice job, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay.